It's legit. We're professional game devs. We do game dev things. It is kind of
That's what I
surreal
tell
to
everybody.
be at this point finally after so long.
Yeah, it is crazy. I feel like I don't know. I mean, obviously our goal is always to ship something, but it's different to like think about it for a long time versus like I was literally hitting like the alpha build the other week, and I like was writing the notes, and I was like early access release candidate, and I was like, wow, that's so cool.
Yeah, really,
It's
really cool.
happening. First time
Y-
chat from Dave Dano, and you have a question? What do you got?
yeah.
Well, thanks for the sub, Keller.
Oh, thank you for the sub. Uh, Nikki needs to ask, how do we feel? Oh, it's pretty exciting, pretty surreal. I'm also just kind of relieved that we're actually gonna ship something. I don't know if how much you guys like get to see a lot of the game industry stuff, but like the game industry's been in like a better spot in the past. So we see a lot of our sister studios closing down and stuff, and we're just like, oh, we're actually going to get to ship the game, which is really cool. It's like a huge win, honestly. It sucks to work on stuff for a long time and then not get to ship it at all. Um, oh, we have a hype train going. Did someone else sub? Oh my goodness. Naked
Wow.
Gamer, thank you for the sub, and Grum39, thank you for the sub. Crazy.
Thank you for the sub.
Um, we got a first time chatter, My Chen. Oh, you messaged me just to verify that you weren't getting spam. Hi in Hamburg. Thank you for joining us so late your time. What was Dave's question? Did I miss it?
You did miss it. It's kind of a well-known theme in the team. That I guess in the game teams maybe that enjoying playing video games is a thing. Who is the weirdo in the office that doesn't?
Oh, everyone plays a lot of games.
I'm like, who plays the least? I wonder.
I don't know. I feel like Chiri probably plays the weirdest mix of games because it's really survival crafting is like her most social gaming. But she plays like other random stuff separately. We all play less now because of how busy we are. I don't know. Everyone plays a shitload of games.
Maybe Luke. I could blame Luke.
I don't know. We were just playing whatchamacallit with them.
What's
Yeah, I don't know.
whatchamacallit?
Everyone plays a lot of games. Um
We're just
Nine
poor
Letter
gamers. What can I
Studios, first
say?
time chatter, welcome. Oh my god, more subs.
Yeah, a lot of first-time chats, a lot of subs. Wow.
Holy
Yeah, it's
crap.
crazy.
Is this what shipping is like? Shimboku, thank you for the sub. Nikki Nee. Oh wow, gifting a sub. That's so cool. Thank you for the congrats, Shimboku. We are
That sounds
I
good.
don't know. Every day is a little surreal. Where each day they're still just like, oh my god, we still gotta do this and this and this. But it's sort of tapering. Hell's Fury, welcome. Happy time zone. Oh my god, so many first time chatters. Um, yeah, Dave, you're saying everyone's about playing games. Uh, Realistic, it's like no one accidentally works in games. You work in games probably because you like it a lot. Because, like, real talk, you could probably work less and make more money doing a lot of other things. So you kind of pick a very competitive, very intense kind of career path when you want to make games. So hopefully you enjoy it. um, Leah Lueth? Am I saying that right? With a first
And I was
time
like, good
Psyduck?
luck.
Oh, nice Silk Song chat icon there. Nice profile icon. I was just downloading it. Um, uh, my Chen about phishing emails, commenting about how the fear of being phished. Somewhere out there, our data is open. I think probably because when you register for a company, your data gets out there. The number of spam emails we get of people impersonating me to other team members being like, hey, I'm in a meeting, send me a Fortnite gift card or Roblox gift card or something like that. Oh my god, it happens like every month. It's terrible. Um Certain Doom first time chatter. Welcome. It's your first time
It's
chatting?
cringy.
I feel like we
I
talk.
know. I was like,
Yeah.
no way.
See you
If it was
in
Discord, it'd be like 500th time
I know,
chatting.
yeah, like level 20 or something. Um Undulant badge. Slowing down the alpha build totally makes sense. Like, save some surprise for yourself. So totally get it. Uh Thank you for all the bug reports and all that, either way. Um Calathildis? Greetings to you too. Thank you for joining our chat. And Dice Wolf. Oh my god, this really is just a crazy number. We could just do this
I
for an
know. It's a
hour.
lot of.
Fibro Dad.
I don't think that'll be a very fun stream for them.
I feel like did you sub before even chatting? That's so funny. Um Also, am I missing just a gazillion follow notifications because I'm just reading chat?
Oh, maybe.
Oh god.
I know
Wait,
it's hard to keep up.
wait, hang on.
I
There's
don't
a
know how
pop
people
out
do
for
this.
this. Twitch activity feed. There we go. Okay. I'm gonna read through these, and then I swear we're gonna get to our actual content for the stream. Molly Berry, Leah Lueth, 9 Letter Studios, Fibro Dad, and Machiavellius. Thank you all so much for the follows. Um, and then
Thanks
New
everybody for the hype
Zia
train.
Theotox. uh,
You're doing great, Michael.
Elrix. Sometimes I realize like I haven't read things out loud in a long time. It's been like truly decades since my last like school experience where I've done that. Man. V-Bucks are important in meetings. Oh my gosh. JRC X2 Gaming. My wife and I cannot wait for playing. Hell yeah. Tell your friends, tell your wife, tell your wife's friends.
Wait, what
Okay.
is a hype chest? What does that mean?
LRI, dude, I don't even know.
What does any of this
LRIX
mean?
from X Realm. Oh my god. Okay, we're connecting faces. Thank you guys all so much for joining us. Okay. I could just drag this on for a gazillion years, but you guys are probably here to actually hear some stuff about what's going on for Voyagers because there's a lot. There's a lot. So Steph and I are going to try and walk through a couple things. Really, it's just like what's happening in Devland because there's a lot happening in Devland. Like every day, we're just sort of going through like all the stuff that's still going into playtesting, getting ironed out, bugs fixed, all this stuff. We also want to recap a lot of current events because you guys are seeing all these notifications fire off in the Discord. So we want to summarize some of the like what's happening today, how can you help, how can you get involved, and welcome to all the new creators. And then last, like what is launch day going to hopefully look like and feel like because that is literally 12 days away right now, which is like crazy shit.
Barely close.
Yeah, really close. You know, you're asking about how it feels. Like, ask me again. Like, every day feels kind of different. But always excited, always, sufficiently nervous as you'd probably expect. Okay, so this was a bit off cadence for us, but we had an update on Monday. Steph, you want to talk about some of the highlights, some of the cool stuff that went up in playtesting on Monday?
Definitely. Yeah, so this was also kind of just so people know, I think you probably are picking this up from what we were putting down in Discord, but this is probably our last like big update to this alpha before launch for sure. And we're kind of now in like a bug fix and hot fix mode as you guys are finding issues and we're trying to get testing on them. Um, but yeah, we did add in some like final touches on a bunch of content that we'd been working on, including like the sick new boat sail that we'd been cooking in the background to make that boat upgrade feel a little juicier. Map updates. This one's actually pretty interesting, Dev one, because actually we have to like wait a really long time, ideally, to like take this map render because it is actually like our map from the top-down view in the game with like some filters and like some zhuzh put on it. So we actually have to wait basically until like it's as locked as possible to do that. So we did some map updates to the 2D map to reflect the 3D map. So hopefully, if you've noticed any missing islands on your map, those will all be there now. And we did some art updates to different zones of like the reef, trying to put a bow on those zones. We did a lot of like clarity and balance updates to the Spire encounters. And And so we did actually add like a health bar to the Spire encounter so that you can kind of hopefully get a better, at least sense that like, hey, you're not done with the encounter yet if you haven't like hit all of the things. I think we still want to add a little bit more clarity there, but hopefully this will help in the meantime. We are also kind of in the launch pipeline for our dedicated servers, which is something we've talked about a lot, but haven't really had a lot of people playing on. We've had a very small group of players playing on it. We've enabled the browser now, so you'll be able to see that, but we're really close to having that feature all the way playable and accessible, and it will definitely be ready on launch. People have been playing on it already, so thanks for the dedicated folks who have been testing our dedicated servers. And we have done updates, though we did have to remove one set of translations. So sorry for our Chinese players. But we did remove those because we were worried that the quality was not good enough for you. So we are going to keep working on that and improving that for a more dedicated launch window for Chinese specifically. But we have lots of updates for all of the other languages. So hopefully those translations will be higher quality. We got a lot of feedback during Next Fest of like, hey, we're so glad that you translated the game, comma, they are kind of bad. So hopefully they will be a little bit better.
Yeah. Can I
We've
just
been
chime
really
in?
trying to like push that. Yeah.
Yeah, about the Chinese translations in particular, this one feels really bad. For a lot of
Yeah.
reasons, honestly. Also, just working like both Steph and I came from working on League, so like we really got to see like the global view of how many people play games now, and it being sort of like the daily way to hang out. China's like a huge pool for that. I think like I definitely feel like coming from the American side, it's like, oh, there's still a little like stigma of like, oh, you're still playing games kind of like attitude that's like gotten better over the course of our lives, but still like kind of there a little bit. It's just like super not that way in so many other parts of the world. So it's just like a huge chunk of the population just plays games. And like China is almost one of the biggest regions we can think of that is like treating games as sort of just like a hobby for everybody. So this really sucks to have to delay this one, but also we're like, dude, we'd rather do it right than sort of rush out a bad translation and then just create like a bad experience. So this one kind of hurts a little extra, but we are still planning on doing it. We're doing it by December. We're actually really hoping that going through launch is going to be kind of helpful for us, like as Treehouse, convincing like Chinese publishing partners to help us actually like market the game and help us with translations and QA and all this stuff that is like a lot of regional specific stuff. Because from our end, it's like we can do our best as like mostly English speaking devs, but how we like market in a specific region is like super effing hard. We found some really cool partners for a lot of the rest of the world. China's like its own ecosystem. So we really want to do this right. It's going to take more time. We feel pretty bad about that. But it is coming. So please help us spread the word. If you see angry Chinese players, I totally get it. Please direct them our way. We're going to put up a dedicated post about this just so at least there's something to link out to. But yeah, anyways, want to chime in there because that one is one that's just fallen just a little short of the launch timing.
Yeah. Also, someone asked a question in chat that I'll probably
Yeah.
capture while we're still in this section. I think you're answered in chat, but just to say it verbally. So with dedicated servers, will the rented/hosted servers also be available on launch day as well? Yes, which that's definitely our plan.
I'm looking for a stream. It says live. I see the game.
Yeah, I just had it up too.
Oh, okay.
I have Miro up also. Just my whole screen.
We are back.
Audio okay? Can you hear everything okay?
Check.
Mic check, 1, 2.
Yep. You sound great.
Wow, thanks. Sorry about that, everybody. Guys. Michael is actually quarantined in a different room than normal.
I've moved, and my Wi-Fi, my internet setup is struggling to keep up with me.
Awesome, but I think where we were leaving off is basically so we did do a big patch update over Labor Day is kind of our big last kind of like content push. So hopefully pretty much everything that's going to be in the early access minus some bug fixes should be in that build. We're trying to fix as many of the bugs as we can, though admittedly we won't get all of them that we want to, but we have a whole, next several months to continue to patch the game and fix anything that comes up on launch. So hopefully that won't be the last update you'll see. Do we want to switch to some of the current events, Michael?
Yeah, let's do it. Oh, I guess you follow me on.
Yeah, I'll follow you.
Yeah, I forgot. That's such a handy feature of this. Also, before we forget, the most important thing that we missed was thank you, Ice Popsicle 18, Neolix, Voyagers, and Lady Ariel for the follows. Thank you so much. Yes, you did in fact see Rick Moranis. So what's happening right now, right? Like, what are the current events going on right now that are super time sensitive? We want you guys to know. First of all, is that us putting up that fresh build is still more bug fixing time. Like, us trying to sort of stage this and do this sort of in multiple little rollouts is one, getting a lot of practice with the release process. But also, we're trying to get as close to actually having the game out live the way it's going to be downloaded and the way people are going to play it as live. We're just trying to like get through all of those issues as possible, all those bug reports, all of those like reports and feedback is super helpful for us right now. Oh my god, Grum39, thank you for 5 gifted subs.
Yeah, wow.
Good lord.
Thank you.
My gosh.
I was like, what was the sound? It was so loud.
I know, I was like, what is that? Thank you so much. That's crazy kind of you. Wow. Dang. We should launch a game more often. Oh my god. So please keep all the bug reports coming. Oh
my god, so many subs
already resub.
Nice.
Oh my god. Well, thank you again. And Pup Ventus, thank you for the follow. Crazy. So all the bug reports, all the fresh reports happening right now within the alpha chat channel, super helpful for us. We can't fix all of them, but we want to know about all of them so we can really knock out the most urgent issues. Also, if you've been playtesting, if you've been part of our test group so far, you've been helping us out a ton. We want to shout you guys out in the credits if you want to. But we're hitting sort of the end window of when we can actually make updates to the build. So the deadline for this, just as a reminder to everybody, is by the end of day tomorrow, our time, Friday Pacific, to get your name in the credits. Please keep it appropriate. We can't have like, it just scrolling by and it's just like, some sus thing. All right. So please keep it profesh. At least something that your mom and dad could read.
Any naughty names will be called out.
Yes, unfortunately, we have to be the fun police on that. But other than that, please, put your name out there because we would love to shout out all you guys because your feedback has been so crazy helpful throughout development. So we really want to do the little things we can to just recognize that. For separate to that, you guys already know we got some other alpha rewards coming your way. That's gonna be automatic. Once you got the game, once you've launched it once, you should get those rewards about 24 hours later. Not the credits, but the other in-game rewards. If you're not part of the alpha testing pool, you can still get those things. You just gotta review the game, positive or negative, and then fill out the little form. I'm seeing a little question here. Yes, no, Reika T, that is a great example of a name that we would
So
have
funny.
to call. We would laugh, but then have to call it. I see a question. Maybe, Steph, you know the answer to this. From Ore. Will the game support 32:9 ultra-wide monitors?
I think we don't prevent it, but yeah, I do think you could have some FOB issues or maybe some bars on your screen. Also, I think you will probably have to do more tweaking to your resolution scale to make sure you're gonna have to play with the settings more to get your performance to feel good because there is a performance impact playing the game on a higher resolution monitor like that. So I think it will work, but you might have to tweak your settings a little bit more than like a normal 16:9 resolution user would have to get it to feel as good.
We do have a bunch of those settings, and we know some people have been playing with ultra wide already.
Hmm.
So I
Some
think
people on our
it won't
team
be
do.
critically broken. Also, it's Nikki neat. If you haven't seen yet, we do have a bunch of rewards that we're planning on in game. Having like a couple fun statues, the return of a butt scoot enabling statue, everyone's favorite bug, and a couple little art pieces, really just to say thank you. Ronan, is there going to be more enemy variety at EA launch compared to the demo version? There sure is. There's 2 whole new biomes with 2 whole new enemy sets, lots of new places to explore, tons of new recipes, lots of new enemies. Um, yes, so look out for that. Yeah, lots of cool new stuff. Okay, I'm actually working on a video right now to try and express some of the new stuff in there. Okay. Some other current events. Well, this one's probably less of a surprise for a lot of the people in the chat. We do have a creator program and Lurk It that has rolled out now. Thank you so much to everyone who's applied to that. We've had a ton of submissions. We actually cannot accept all of them, literally due to the work of managing all of the communication, but also from hard Steam key limits that we have from Steam. They're quite sensitive about key giveaways and stuff like that, because that's sort of like a vector that I think they've historically had a lot of issues with, of like people selling keys on like shady secondary markets and stuff. So they really clamp down quite a bit. But we want to thank everybody who's applied. And this is always kind of a tough thing to strike, especially because I feel like we've tried to be very, open and try to just expose as much as we can about development. So it is sort of this tough mix that we're sort of in between of like, one, we want people who are actually going through this effort and participating in the creator program to get real value from being part of it, but we also want to be able to spread the love and continue a lot of this sort of like openness and like letting everyone sort of participate. Anyone who cares enough about the game, it's like that's a huge gift to us, so we want to sort of leave the door open for that. So this has been a bit of a delicate mix. I really appreciate everyone sort of rolling with us, and I know not everyone got picked for the program itself, but thank you everyone so much for the support and for applying to it. And in that vein, we wanted to share a bit of info of like, hey, what's coming? How can you participate, even if you aren't part of the sort of Lurk It campaign or the program? So the first is what the program really is heading toward right now is this preview period between September 9th and 15th. And all of this is like preview zone. So if you're playing the game, if you're getting familiar with it, if you're recording content, cool. But please do not stream the game. Please do not upload any of that content until the 16th. And that's actually going to apply to all of our alpha testers as well. We're asking everybody to stop streaming the game, to stop uploading content for the game during this period to respect the sort of preview window. And then we want all of that stuff to go up at the 16th, which I'm going to talk about in a second. If you're part of that creator program, we've got some media kit and some other sort of content, some info about the game that Cheery's also going to make available for everybody else to be able to be like, hey, here's some talking points. Here's some of the things that we found the most effective about like when talking about the game that actually are different and feel different about the game that we're hoping to sort of get out there as a message. And then for the folks in our creator program, we do have a pretty limited number of keys to give away to your own communities, right? As a way to sort of say like, hey, there is like some real value that you're giving to your community members on top of some other stuff like Twitch drops, which I'm going to talk about in a second. One other thing, which is a little bit new, is we have sort of this, if you guys have seen this on our Steam page, this sort of rotating carousel of clips. And really, this is sort of like a supercut, trying to highlight different creators, trying to show off real gameplay, and show real people who aren't us actually enjoying the game. If you're interested in having your content up there, please send us some footage to Cheery, and she is going to be constantly kind of looking through these things and trying to find these periods to sort of update these and show off like the latest and coolest from real people in the community. Because I think it's honestly just more fun to watch people out there playing the game as opposed to us, the devs, playing through the game, right? I think that type of content from you guys is a lot more interesting for most average players than us. Thank you for some of the in chat, by the way.
Oh, so you're starting to lag out a little bit, Michael, just to warn you. I don't think you fully
No.
cut out, but I'll just, just be
Okay,
prepared.
all right, thank you. If you guys are still looking for ways to participate, we do concept of lurk at quests, where you can effectively sort of bid on saying, hey, I'm going to play on stream for this amount of money. Obviously we don't have a super huge budget for that, but it's also like a really important part of the ecosystem, especially for reaching a lot of like the diehard fans in these different communities, in these different regions that are really hard for us to speak to. So if you're interested in that, we are still reviewing different applications to that, and we still have a little bit of budget left that we're trying to put toward this. So if that is of interest to you and you haven't checked that out yet, please do apply there. And we know it's a lot of hard work, so we really appreciate all forms of trying to share content about our game in this way. It really means a lot, because like I keep saying this, but like the opposite of putting the game out and getting bad feedback, the opposite isn't like good feedback, right? Like the opposite of good feedback isn't like bad feedback, it's just like total silence. So the fact that people actually want to say anything about our game is like something we appreciate the hell out of. Okay. And then outside of that, we also are resorting to some straight up bribery, which is through some Glean campaigns. This is gift cards to check out the game. This is in particular something that's really helpful for us, which is reviews, which I'm going to talk about for the launch section. Is we really need reviews of the game, because that's like one of the biggest things for Steam's algorithm for who will actually see the game pop up on their front page and all this. Okay, I'm gonna pause there because I'm missing so many questions.
Yeah, there are a few questions. Some of them I've been answering in the chat.
Thank you so much.
But will you be sending out emails letting people to know not to create content during that period? Yes, we'll send out a lot of notifications, so be on the lookout for that. How much will the game cost? Is that verified yet, Michael?
It is verified, in fact. So, wait, hang on, wait, Undulate Badge. What a timely question. Oh, okay, no, I'll get to it in a second. I'll get to it in a second. It's 2 sections away. Sorry, Undulate Badge. That was a tease. I will get to that question. Thank you for that plug, though. Please see your Venmo for payment.
Do we get to buy real-world plushies from the game in real life to support the team?
Okay, so here's the real talk, Grum. We are not popular enough yet to get one of those vendors that is like, here's a little Kickstarter thing for plushes of the game. We're not popular enough yet for that. So the real way to get that done is to actually buy the game, help us get popular enough that they're like, oh yeah, we'll totally do like, this Kickstarter for like, you have to order at least like 500 of these plushes for it to be worth it to them. So that's the real long path to get what we secretly wanted all along, which is just plushes of the game.
Yeah, we made this whole game actually just as a covert plush campaign. We're gonna be popular.
We've tried to actually go through some secret routes. Like actually in the past, we made a plush of that guy as a giveaway for the team, as like a thank you for the team for all their hard work. That shit is super hard. It's like really slow. It's really complicated, and it's like very expensive in a way that is like super not profitable to the team, right? And like, it's not like merch is like a place where we're trying to make a lot of money. If we could just break even on that would already be pretty dope. But we can't even get like a designer's time yet until the game's out, until we can be literally like here's how many people bought the game. So yeah, it's an interesting part of the industry that we haven't really learned anything about before this. Working on League of Legends, it was like the easiest thing in the world. It was instead just like how do we make the best thing, but everyone would be like fighting to make your stuff. Very different world as an indie. We need plushie guys. Thank you, Morning Star. Plushie advocate from day one. Same with Reiki T. I can't imagine how many chats we've had with specifically some of these names asking for plushies. It's so funny. Um,
Awesome. We also have, will there be any changes between the 9th and the 16th? I love making reviews. We do plan to have some minor, probably bug fixes that'll hit between that like preview period and the final build, but we don't expect any like kind of like big new content. So I think you should be pretty safe to make your content, and hopefully you won't miss anything.
yes.
We will have a follow-up patch the 2 weeks after that, post-launch, which will probably still be mostly bug fixes, might include some like content or quality of life features. But we're trying to keep it pretty stable for this like next at least month until we kind of like crest like, does the game do well, and also is it like on fire, or like did we find 500 bugs on live that we like never saw internally that somehow now everybody is finding. So we're kind of keeping it a little chill for a bit.
It's been this thing that we've actually been like, we were just talking with the team about how like proud we are of how we're approaching this, because setting this period where it's just straight up stabilization bug fix time, I feel like it's a really hard thing to do as a developer.
It sucks.
Because right now is the time when you're like, oh my God, this could be a little better. Oh my God, like this could change just a little bit. But hidden inside every single one of those changes is the chance to screw up something totally unrelated in like totally novel and fucked up and hard to find ways. And then like you could actively just torch your own release, right? And so I'm like, guys, we're doing such a mature thing. It's like really cool from like a developer craft perspective, but it like really hurts as like a creative, we want to make something people love, like, and I can just polish this a little bit more kind of perspective.
We did have a question. I answered this earlier in the chat, but then they had a follow-up question. So the first question was, are we going to have a demo of the alongside the early access basically available for people to try? And if not, why?
Yes.
I can answer a little bit, but maybe you want to answer too first?
Please, go for it. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think actually we're not like necessarily opposed to having a demo. I think it'd be really great to have a demo so people could kind of try and see what the game is about before they buy. So it's not any reason like that we're opposed to it. But our game is, and many games actually experience this a lot, just like a little behind the scenes. It actually takes like deliberate work to make a version of the game that is only a partial version of the game that isn't the full game. And so our old demo was literally just like our game up to that point where we then like disabled a bunch of stuff. And it was like, it took a lot of specifically curated effort to do that. And because we've been focusing more on just like, hey, let's like finish the game and get it up to the quality, we haven't devoted that time to make a demo version of the full game. So that's the main reason why, honestly, versus like any, I think, like opposition to being able to demo it. But so we won't have a demo for that. Maybe we'll re-explore that in the future.
Yeah, I think like the work of maintaining it is actually why we turned it off, because even just the maintenance of a thing that we're not even updated anymore is actually some real updates, because people will find bugs, they'll report them. It's actually very difficult and confusing to differentiate, like, wait, did you see this from the alpha test or did you see this from the demo? Because that demo is like 3-4 months old now. And so we turned it off because we're like, actually these crosswires are going to cause us some real problems. So like, could we do it again? Maybe, but it would be a significant chunk of work. And I guess our game structure is a bit more like, here's just like all the systems in play, as opposed to like some games, it was like Dune, I think, which is like just their character creator, right? And I think there's something kind of clever about that, because you're kind of like, hey, like there's other ways to find out how the game actually feels and plays. There's so much content about it now, but like, can I get into the fantasy of being this dude on Arrakis, right? And I feel like there's something about that that's almost like a different kind of value. So anyways, that's some of the thinking behind, but ultimately it is just bandwidth, right? Like, maybe it'll be worth doing, but then also have a very real cost. All right, thank you for the follow and the sub. Oh my God, thank you. Grum with a question about DLCs. Will there be DLCs later, like after 1.0 release? Gosh, I hope so. Because usually I'm like, oh, the game's doing so well that even after we're like, yeah, this is like a whole full experience. We're proud to call this 1.0. There's even more stuff to add. I think our game is actually very flexible for that. Of just like, here's a whole new place in the world to explore with all sorts of new crazy encounters and stuff. So from that side, I think it's actually very ripe for that. But we are just gonna wait and see later on. Same with like a cosmetic DLC and stuff. Like we are gonna have a founders pack, but then after that, like we really want to like first be like, what is it we need to do to like keep making the 1.0 version of the game, and then the rest is gonna sort of like fall out from that answer.
Mhm. There's also one question further up that we missed. Are we going to have Twitch drops in the launch? I think we have a section where we talk about that, right?
Another fantastic plug. There sure will be. Okay, here. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm getting so sidetracked.
Let's keep it
Okay.
moving, Michael.
So we got the press and creator preview period during the 9 and 15, right? And like, we think of this like big E3 exclusive press booth or whatever. It's actually not quite like that. We're actually far more open to that, and we have been more open to that. So if you are an alpha tester right now, you actually have access to that same build that these people going through the preview will. So it's not some special edition. Sorry to spoiler that for folks who are in the creator program, but it is a stable build that we think is in an awesome space, like in an awesome state, and it is totally good and representative for you to make content off of. And hey, if you're an alpha tester who is intending to do the same thing, you are totally free and open to do that. Just please don't stream, please don't post it, right? This is really a time for people who aren't familiar with the game to get familiar with the game, to record content. We're available to answer questions and stuff like that. Just please do not upload that. And that goes for everybody. Please no streaming or uploading. And the idea is we want to save all of that for a specific time, right? And this is trying to just get all the attention that we can. And on the 15th, we're actually going to be turning off access to the Voyagers app, our alpha test app. We're going to be turning it off. And this is for some similar reasons of maintaining both. It's also kind of philosophically a little weird to have like, here's the free version of the game and here's the actual paid version. There's something weird about that Steam, I think in particular, would be quite mad at, because like then you're kind of giving away a free product. But also we're just like, dude, the crosswires would get crazy. And alpha testing, beta testing is still going to continue. We're just going to switch structures, like switch our format and our approach for how we do that through the Voyagers of Nera app. Huntu83, welcome to the chat and thank you for the follow. Okay, so that's what this preview period looks like, right? That's September 9th to 15th, this coming Tuesday to the following Monday. Okay, all right. So now this is where we're actually answering the questions that you guys had. At 6 a.m. Pacific on, let's just be extra mega clear here because no one's reading up there in the corner. September 16, 6 a.m. Pacific, embargo lifted. Embargo is a common term for a lot of marketing and press stuff where it's like, oh, no, everything's frozen until the embargo is lifted. Then it's like post freaking everything. It's upload. What do you mean? What is this weird GIF? It's from Star Trek. The J.J. Abrams. Okay, wow. Steph prides herself on being a total internet gremlin, and somehow she doesn't know this one. Okay. During this time, we will have a bunch of other things happening, right? That we have a lot of folks asking about and participating already. First, the game's gonna be out. You'll be able to now buy the game, which is pretty cool. I'm excited about that. I think we're all excited about that. We are going to have at early access a 20% discount for 2 weeks, for 14 days. So the question that was asked earlier in chat, we're going to have all of our regional prices. I think a lot of those things might already be visible if you go to our store page, but we'll be 20% off of that. So from the US side, that's going to be 23.99. Yes. So that's going to be a discount. Really, we're like, want to celebrate our early access. We want to also just make it easier for people to just recommend to their friends, just being like, dude, it's 20% off, right? And we hope that that will just make it a little easier to recommend to friends as well. Also, frankly, there's a lot of really dope games out there. So we're also hoping that if someone runs into a bug or something, they're like, it's early access. It's 20% off, like they'll iron this out, right? So we're really trying to just set good expectations and hopefully offer people a good deal, even at early access. um, okay, so additional Twitch rewards. So we're going to have a couple things that are earnable through Twitch rewards. Who can participate in the Twitch rewards? There are 2 rewards, these 2 on the left, that everyone can participate in. This one on the right is going to be for the folks who are part of our creator program, and for anyone who's in the Lurk It quests or sort of promoted streams, right? So these 2 are watch time rewards. Literally anybody who streams during this period can let their viewers earn these drops, right? And they have different watch time rewards. I think it's like an hour and 2 hours. I think that's right. I'll have to confirm that. The one on the right is a subscription reward for the participating channel, right? So the way that this would work is if someone subscribes to your channel and you are a member of the creator program or one of the sponsored streams, your channel will be flagged to let you earn that. And anyone who subscribes to you during that time will also unlock this, right? And really that's just trying to say like, hey, we got a couple rewards. All of them are pretty cool. We've got a lot that we want everyone to be able to participate in. But also it's September. Also, a lot of creators are going out of their way to like check out our game in a month with a lot of really dope games. We want to be able to say like, dude, like here's a thing for your community to like get for subscribing. Like we wanted to have that tool for people to be able to offer that to their communities, right? That was really our hope. So excited to see how that goes, and then we want to keep playing around with this and experimenting with this in the future because we think it's a really cool idea, and again, like it fits, I think, well into sort of like this, like I don't know, like just giving people real stuff, I guess, kind of approach that we're trying to take with a lot of this content. It looks pretty cool in game, by the way. Little preview. It looks really cool in motion. Of it's all a little Twitch colored, a little Twitch themed. Got a bit of that sort of vibrant purple. You know what I mean?
We just got a sub.
And
We
the
could have gotten
September
the
time was great.
rewards.
What's that?
We just got a sub. We could have gotten the rewards. Thank you, Green Eyed Girl 68.
And then separate to this, we probably haven't talked about this a whole ton. We have a founders pack that's also going to be for sale during this time. It's a bunch of different things. Nexus Cupcake is helping us gather some photos right now. So these are just a few of the things on there. But we had these sort of like this rich carved wood infused with magic kind of theme for sort of the founders pack. And we thought it looked really cool. Again, we wanted to be a bit of like, hey, if you really want to support us extra, that like means a ton to us. It's got these 3 things. So a whole alternate skin for the cargo skiff. We're learning that that's really difficult to make actually as an art.
I thought you were going to say we're learning what a cargo skiff is.
Oh, no.
I'm learning so many boat words.
Making this art. Oh, come on. You're the one who's like port, starboard, what?
Every time it comes on the crossword, man, I'm telling you. Don't know.
A beautiful like carved skimmer, a glider. We also have an alternate spirit anchor skin and a statue, a stone statue for each of the 4 spirit companions. So that's sort of the set. And so a lot of different buildables, a lot of different things that you can sort of have around the space. And all of that will be together for the Founders Pack. That will be $19.99. Oh man, I really feel like an infomercial person right now, being like, it's $19.99.
Oh, Mara just gifted us 5 subs. Thank you, Mara.
Oh my God, guys, this is the opposite of how this is supposed to be working. For the record, this is really we're supposed to be gifting you guys these things.
Also, I'm pretty sure Dave from our team just subbed to us with Prime.
Hey, thank you, Dave. Extending our runway one sub at a time. Um, wow. Okay, I missed so many. Green Eyed Girl, thank you so much for the sub. Lauren Moore, Blink Blink, and Dave, thank you for the follows. Dave, thank you for the sub, and Mara, thank you for 5
Yeah, wow.
gifted subs. That's so kind of you guys.
Oh my
Uh,
god.
oh my God. And Horizon's
The
Horizon's
cheering.
fan, Horizon. Thank you so much for the sub as well. Oh my God, we're blowing through
Wow.
these sub goals.
We did have a couple questions come up that I think might be good to hit on
Yes,
before we get too far away from the founders pack and other stuff.
please. Yes.
Creators asked for people in the creators program, do they get the founders pack with their key or do they just get the base game?
Oh, that's a cool idea. Oh man, I don't know. I have to talk about it for Cherry. I know there's one thing that blocks us, which is a huge overall factor for all of this that has been kind of difficult to navigate, is that all of our limits for how many people we can invite and stuff like that is because of the number of Steam keys we can get, right? And you know, it's this whole background process. The Founders Pack is technically a separate DLC that has its own Steam keys we have to request. So I think there might be a little bit of a depends on what we can
Depends
get
on what Steam
budget-wise.
will allow us.
Yeah, because especially now that we're launching, all of this is starting to cost them real money. And I think they are kind of aware of that. The answer is, dude, for getting the word out, like we just kind of want to do as much as we can. So philosophically,
Oh my
I like
god,
that a lot.
revealing too much is rating with a party of 52.
Yeah. Oh my God, revealing too
This is
much. You
crazy.
spoil us with this every time now.
I feel like this
Oh my
also always
God.
happens with the ones where we're not actually like playing the game.
I know.
Why can't we be doing something more fun? I promise we're fun.
So we'll get back to you on that. I promise we're fun. By the way, Voyagers of Nera is a cool. Thank you so much for revealing too much. Hello, thank you guys. Voyagers of Nera is coming out on September 16th. We are entering this embargo period. If you haven't heard, it's a pretty cool survival crafting game. We're biased because we're working on the game. It is coming out. It's going to have a 20% discount. There's going to be Twitch rewards. There's going to be a founders pack. They look pretty sweet. So thank you so much. Thank you, Revealing Too Much. Thank you so much. Revealing Too Much, for everyone else in chat who hasn't met them before, was checking out our game with the demo months and months ago and was having a great time. And we got to chat a good bit. And he's repeatedly rated us. So thank you so much. That visibility helps so much. We really appreciate the crap out of it. Yeah, Blink Blink. Blink Blink also, or while my memory is actually good enough for this, was so crazy knowledgeable about the game so fast.
I was just typing that too.
we literally tuned into your channel and then they were just summarizing how the game worked, and I was just like, oh my God, it's like someone who's like played our game for like 30 hours just recapping their experience playing and like why the system was and wasn't different and where it was familiar. I was like, holy crap.
Especially that was our first demo too, so watching like Blink Blink play and be able to like explain all these, we were like, wow, people get it, we did it. It was so funny.
Encyclopedic understanding. Yeah, thank you, Reeling, dude. It's so kind of you. Yeah, it's like, you know, everyone knows each other. It's like, oh hey, it's the guy from G Portal. So funny. Thank you guys all so much. So there's one last thing to say, which is really around like, hey, why is there an embargo period in the first place? Like, what's the point of it? And really, it's like modern internet shit of like, how do we make the most of the algorithm? And Next Fest was a really interesting example for us because we kind of busted through. Like, if you guys saw our Next Fest results stream, we actually punched through that like Steam algorithm view, and it was worth like hundreds of thousands of impressions a day. And so the visibility of that's insane. And the same thing applies to like every individual social media platform, right? And so we're kind of just like, how do we maximize that? So all of our campaigns, all of our embargo period, and like, please don't post anything or stream between the 9th and the 15th, is to say, save that up for the 16th. Share with your friends. Post all of those YouTube videos. Stream the game if you can on the 16th. This was supposed to be piling on. Now, I've heard that this is football and a sport that is very popular, in which case this maybe is a regular thing. Maybe it's not. I don't know. Um,
Oh no.
no, I know what soccer is. I'm just joking. But piling on is so crazy helpful. Yes, Mara, to confirm, thank you for asking that question. Please do not stream or post any YouTube videos of like playthroughs of the game between the 9th and the 15th. And then 6 a.m. on the 16th, we're gonna try and put up everything humanly possible. What is this? What is this gift? What is this? What is this you're doing to me? Uh, and one of the biggest ones that we want to shout out, maybe the most, is putting up Steam reviews. So Steam reviews are so freaking huge for the Steam algorithm, both in good and bad ways. If it's really positive in the beginning, they're like, oh, this is like one of the games that's actually like nailing it, right? It's actually seeing a lot of their wish listers come back. It's actually like making people happy and buying the game. We're gonna give them more traffic. If it's bad, they will straight up choke you out. They'll be like, all right, you're in Steam jail now. So having that review in the very first day is so helpful for us to get that lift from Steam. And also, like, we're probably going to run into bugs. There's probably going to be real bugs where people probably, rightfully have had a lot of negative experiences with developers on Steam. They're like, this shit's busted. They're never going to fix it, like negative review. And we're hoping that our work so far has been like, dude, no, we seriously care. We really want to make that better. We really have like taken real feedback and improved it over time. So having you guys represent some of that view, counteract some of that sentiment would really help us out so much, both from just people like maybe giving us a chance, but also from just boosting the eyeballs to the game. And the truth is, as much as I want to be like, please write us a positive review, that's kind of a fucked up thing to ask, right? Actually, it's more just like, please write a review on the first day. If it's negative, I trust you guys that it will be for a real reason, like something's busted, something's broken, or whatever, right? And like, dude, if that's what you feel, you should totally write that. But having that review up front, like having all these people in our chat who are so passionate and so excited about the game, and then not actually telling you guys what would be the most helpful thing for us, feels like such a waste. So really want to just take the moment to say that and be like, this would be probably the single most helpful to get from you guys. And the single thing that would help Voyagers succeed is getting that review in that first day. Oh man, I'm almost sweating from how intensely I wish for that, because man, we've seen so many games made or broken from just that first look into their reviews in the first 6 hours.
Yeah.
Okay. Whew. Rant over. Okay. Did I miss any questions, Steph?
I think we answered most of them. Let me double check.
While you were slandering me with my reaction gif. What was that even from?
I forget. Oh, someone was trying to walk you through how to hide the little arrow on Discord to minimize the cameras. And you're like, what button? That's some boomer shit.
Oh my gosh. It's just streaming ineptitude, of course.
I think
Martinez, welcome.
One interesting question, I don't know if we want to answer or not, was I've always wondered if devs get more money per sale on Green Man Gaming or Steam, or is it the same?
That's a great question. Wow. It is mildly more through Steam, because Green Man Gaming is a very small, I think they actually don't take a ton for their service, but they are working through another retailer that still takes the 30%. So it is still Steam. But really you should do the thing that's right for your library. I will say, if you leave a review from buying a Green Man key, you can still leave a review, but it won't show up in that percentage positive or negative. So if you're really trying to maximize what's helpful for us, we do get a little bit more money from Steam, and the review will count toward the percentage score on the review count. Wow, what a thoughtful question, though.
I know, interesting. Another question
Yeah.
that came up: did you guys talk about servers in regard to playing co-op and multiplayer? We did touch on it a little bit, but basically we have a few ways to play. So you can host your own locally hosted game, so that's only up when you're online as the host, and you can play with up to 9 other people. So that isn't just in the base game, no extra setup required. You can self-host a dedicated server by installing our free Voyagers of Nera dedicated server app and hosting it on a machine that you have access to. So whether it's a physical machine in your house that you just have lying around, or if it is a virtual machine you have access to through some provider, you should be able to set that up. We'll have instructions for that. It definitely is probably a little more technical, so I'll just warn you, might be hard if you don't normally do that. And we are partnering with several server providers, most prominently XRealm, that you can rent a server through. And so you should be able to rent a server day one. You can pre-order them right now to play on a dedicated machine if you want to. So yeah, you can host and play on the same machine. Yes, definitely.
Green-eyed girl asks, before I go and lurk, let me recap for myself. Don't stream until the launch on the 16th and review on the 16th. Yes, please. Thank you so much. Play the demo. Getting it for your grandchildren, I freaking love that.
Cute.
That's so cool. Dude, man, I wish my parents played games so much. I feel like it would have been such a nice way to bond. I'm actually expecting my first child quite soon, so I'm just counting the days until I can be playing the game with my own family. Aries Paw, adding my hat in offline mode for whenever. I'm pretty sure I added to the feedback website. Thank you for doing that, by the way. The feature upvote page is a great spot for us to get a sense of like the total temperature for different features. That's an awesome one. Right now, I want to be super clear, actually. Right now, you actually would not be able to play in pure offline mode. Right. And the reason for that is because we made a couple of background architecture decisions to make doing things like joining friends, setting up dedicated servers, using one of these rental services as easy and as smooth as butter as possible. A lot of it also with the hope of being like, dude, we really want to make this a game that you can play with your friends. And so we put a lot of chips into just trying to smooth those walls as early as possible, and make them as easy as possible. Had some trade-offs, right? Get that that's actually a fairly common request. So please let us know, because after early access, like we're going to be zooming out and being like, okay, like what are our big features that we want to get done, like right after launch, before 1.0. How the heck does something like that interact with consoles and things like that is a whole other question that we hope to get to. So please do post about that, and then know that like we're watching it, we're super aware of it. We've just really tried to solve for this other problem that we've seen like be like so painful for people trying to play together, of like difficulty joining and things like that. Which so far, actually, knock on wood, I really hope we aren't jinxing ourselves here, but that's actually worked really well for us so far. We've heard a lot of really positive feedback about how easy it is to join your friends in this game versus some others. So we've been kind of relieved to hear that, because we're like, oh, sweet. Like we're working down those walls. But, you know, everything has a pro and con. Yeah.
Also, Cheery mentioned we mentioned reviews, but not the review raffle. If you want to mention that.
Oh, yes. Okay. Thank you. It was literally right here. I didn't even look at it. Okay, so again, we resort to bribery for reviews. And what I mean by that is, hey, if you review, we're gonna have a little raffle, which is just, hey, you could win a Steam gift card, right? It's not gonna be copies of the game or anything like that, because we're like, you need to buy the game to write the review in the first place. Doesn't really make sense. But Steam gift cards are good for anybody. They're good for forever. So why not just say, hey, positive or negative, we're not going to care. As long as you got a valid entry, we're going to enter you into a raffle to win a Steam gift card. So just trying to give every little possible reminder to get this to happen. I hope it tells us just how freaking impactful it is to have those reviews. This graphic, by the way, is not a real review. It is just Cheery and I trying to incept you. Okay. We also have a couple Gleam campaigns right now of thank you for the lovely screenshot again, Nexus Cupcake, where we're trying to get more content out there, right? We're trying to spread the word. So please look out for this after launch as well, of Gleam campaigns to share the game, to post screenshots. Right now, because it was only the demo, like the Steam screenshots area and whatever is like a total empty ghost town. And I think for a lot of people who are like really use Steam as their main platform, Steam discussions and Steam screenshots are kind of a part of the puzzle of being like, hey, do the developers actually engage? Are they actually like responding, adding to the game? Are they like members of the community actually interested in the game? So we're gonna be trying to like create more of that content everywhere that we can. Oh my god, another raid? What the hell? Unknown Sims, thank you so much for the raid. What the heck? Oh my god. Welcome. Thank you so much for bringing it over here. Oh my god.
Wow.
And apparently everyone knows each other.
I know, so cute.
Wow. Man, dude, this is so cool. Steph, you know, as CEO, I've decided we just gotta launch games more often. I think that's a thing.
Easy. Yeah, I don't know why we're taking so long.
Oh yeah, why is it taking us so long to do this? Welcome everybody. Holy crap.
Also, Graham asked a fun question. Are the decorations that keep getting added for base building developed by a team or a person? They've increased fun building so much. It's a bit of a mix. So we do a little bit of that internally. We work with some external artists that work with us pretty closely, and they're all super awesome. Their studio name is Dardo. So they work on some of them. A lot of the concepts for them come from our art director, Mitch, but some of them come straight from our, you know, kind of environment artist, level designer, tech artist, Kyle. So a little bit of a mix, but we're always trying to figure out what we can add and like what gaps there are and how we can make building more fun. So I'm glad to hear that.
And Foxy Nix, thank you for the sub. Yeah, oh man. Oh god, let me recap really quick.
Oh yeah,
All the new
welcome
folks coming in.
Raiders.
Welcome Raiders. Our game, Voyagers of Nera, is a pretty cool ocean survival crafting game coming out. I assume Unknown Sims knows about that already because of the crosstalk I'm seeing here. But the game is coming out on September 16th. So we're very excited for that. We're going to have a 20% discount. It's going to have Twitch drops. There's going to be a founders pack. We have a little creator preview period happening from the 9th to 15th where we're asking everybody not to post. And then on the 16th, we're like, post everything, stream everything, help us break through on social media and on Steam, which are all like the algorithm ceiling is something we have to break through, and reviews. Reviews are so huge for us, and any sort of player review in the first day is like worth its weight in gold. And so we're trying to push people to do that as much as possible, whether it's positive or negative, by the way, because really you should just express what is in your heart. But to try and get people to write reviews, we're also like, you just got to put that front and center, don't you? We are also having a raffle. And then at the very bottom of the page, if you don't mind going there. Okay, all right, Steph.
That one's good. It's like in the review.
if you can go to the bottom.
Oh, this bottom?
The very bottom.
SpongeBob bottom. Bikini bottom.
Yeah. So the last thing I want to say is, you guys have probably already sort of seen it. We're really seeing some pickup on socials, on Steam, on Discord, of a lot of new people coming into there, which is really cool. And fingers crossed, if launch goes well, hopefully a lot more people. And it's been really cool, honestly, just to see people so freaking friendly, and so helpful to one another. And dude, I gotta say, working on like a co-op survival crafting game versus working on a PvP game like League of Legends is like so friendly and nice compared to like how angry and salty and toxic it can get. So we really appreciate the crap out of it. We have some team members that used to work on like Destiny or on like Battlefield, where it's just like, you know, they're just like, oh my god, people are so nice. Like, what is this? So please, like, keep those vibes going. You guys are all the veterans also. of the Discord who know so much stuff, please like show people around, keep being your friendly selves, because we've been appreciating it so much. But I also want to brace you guys because stuff's gonna get maybe kind of crazy. We might see a lot more people join. We're gonna be doing our best to be running around, chatting everywhere, especially in the first few weeks. We're gonna really be trying to allocate more time as a team to be active in Discord. But it's tough to keep up even as is, you know? So thank you guys so much for participating in that and making it such a warm place for people to land. Really, really can't tell you guys how much we appreciate that. And very much like helping the sort of sense of openness and community we're trying to build, right? And we're hoping this game helps people build with their friends too. So really thank you guys so much. I really wanted to take a moment to say that because it's been really cool to see and kind of a dream come true. We can't be everywhere at once, but boy, we're gonna kill ourselves trying. Plaskar, first time chatter, welcome. Everyone playing with friends. Well, hey, you got an awesome Discord and a group of people that might be down to play together, but you're not alone. Actually, we see a huge chunk of people
number of
playing
solo players.
Yeah, it's super common, right? As play sessions go, it's still the majority of play sessions. So you are not alone by any stretch of the imagination, but a big part of like our excitement for this type of game and why we love this genre and why we decided to make a game in this genre in the first place is because it's such a flexible fit for people being able to check out the game on their own, grind on their own to like add something to their friend, surprise their friends in positive and sometimes trolly ways. And like we love that as a way to be like a hangout space, not just for yourself but for other people too.
Revealing I was
Thanks,
thinking that
too. Thank you so much.
The freeze frame at well, the freeze frame when it ends the loop, it freezes on that frame, and it's so weird looking. Michael was trying to find the least sus gif, and I feel like it was impossible, unfortunately.
That's so funny. Oh man, I didn't even think of that.
Awesome. I know we are a bit over the. Probably makes sense because we had a little bit of like a switcheroo happen at midstream.
Yeah, sorry for that.
But anything else you want to cover, Michael, or any other last questions from the chat before we close the stream?
Yeah, please hit us up if you have any questions. Lantern Light, thank you so much for the follow, and Bisect as well. Thank you for the follow and also the support with being one of the hosts, the dedicated server partners that we're working with, and for helping get the word out about our game. Thank you.
How long till Zone 4?
Or
actually, yeah. Do we say anything?
Yeah, we can say a little something. Okay. So here's the thing. We have some tentative plans, but they are tentative, and I want to say that super clearly to you guys, because the reality is we want to deliver that as soon as we can. Oh, thank you for cheer. Oh man, a cheer. I don't think I've even seen this before. Thank you, Blink Blink.
So what is a bit?
We have some plans, right? But the thing is we really want to be responsive to what we see happening on live. If there's major bug fixes, if there's some feature that people are like, dude, where is this? We really want to be open to just ditching our old plans to react to that. We think that's like really important for an early access game, and like extra important for like the game being out and live and being like, dude, these are literally the people that we tried to reach. Now they're telling us something, you know? But if we don't run into those things, our goal would be to actually have Biome 4 at December with the Steam Winter Sale. So that's our hope. We want to put it out. We think that'd be like a really fun, chunky, juicy piece of content to put the game out on sale at the same time and be like, dude, like the value you're getting for the game has never been better. And, you know, here's a whole new space to explore. We're starting to do some planning around it already. But we've all been sitting here as we're doing this planning being like, if something breaks on live, if some crazy stuff happens, if there's some other feature that ends up way more important, we know that we're going to have to push that back, right? So want to say that as clearly as I can. And then, yeah, I mean, like we want to put this up in like our roadmaps and stuff like that so people know what we're thinking. But we also want to be nuanced enough to be like, that shouldn't come at the cost of like ignoring like a crash or some other feature that people are just like, this actually stops me from playing the game at all, kind of stuff. So that's my disclaimer. That's my big ol' asterisk. Tis Sarah Barra. Yeah, to the end of the year, that'd be huge, right? Like that would be super cool. We'd be really proud of that. I think it is going to be a little bit of a crazy work schedule to do it, but we do think that that'd probably be the best way to follow up on the early access happening right now. But to Sarah Bear's question, is the team getting enough sleep and making sure to take care of themselves? The answer is absolutely not. We are burning pretty hot right now. And we can't sustain this pace forever. But launch is sort of the window where we all kind of know that this is like, we don't want to hold anything back. We want to do the best thing that we can to make the game the best experience that we can, right? Like we haven't worked this long to then like fall over at the finish line. So there is a bit of a push and pull there that we're trying to hopefully take a little bit more room to take a breath after early access, and then we can really plan out hopefully in a more thoughtful pattern over the rest of the year of 2026. Let's see. Oh, Christian Fiction, welcome. Are you guys talking about dyeing my hair? What is this?
For launch.
You'll need to get some sleep soon. A kid will really cut into what? Yes. People have warned me about that already. People have been pretty aghast to hear that it's like, oh, game ships, and then like immediately after, first child born. But you know what? We're just rolling with it. We're just chilling. We're just gonna see how it goes. We're gonna take it as it comes. Jump into another pool. Oh boy. We could do that. Temp hair color.
Or you could dye your hair, then jump into the pool, and it will all get washed off. Easy.
You're gonna ruin my pool?
Will it ruin it?
Yeah, we're on the second. Yeah. See, okay, thank you. Cody Asians tells me it is possible. Hair chalk. Yeah, okay, I've heard of this. Any final parting questions for us? Oh, good. After 20 years of sleep deprivation declines. Well, perfect. We just got a whole game studio where we're trying to keep the lights on. No problem. Oh, Angeline, thank you so much. That's very kind of you. That's very, very kind of you. Oh my God. Vexectomy, 3 kids, no regrets. That is not what your name implies.
I know, I was about to say. Name seems related.
I instantly read it wrong twice before I reread it. Will Alpha Chat be closed down in Discord after launch? I don't think we were planning on that, actually. I think we were planning on trying to change that pool into sort of more of our live beta testing group. Because we still are probably going to be testing the game before we do the patch to mainline. In fact, it's actually even more important because, like, dude, I mean, you guys in alpha test have been seeing this. We are trying to fix all these weird squirrely issues with old save data being updated, right? And so that's going to happen a lot. It's going to get even more important as we're updating the live game and like adding whole new recipes and like a new biome worth of stuff to explore. So we actually are probably going to be shifting that to like a beta testing group, and then switch to like setting your environment on the live app if you want to opt into the test. So probably opening it up a good bit, but still having that same sort of flow back and forth so we can find issues and get feedback on stuff in flight. Oh my gosh. Everyone colors there. I'm so excited to play. More testers, more bugs found. I mean, it's true. We need all the testing we can get. We can't fix them all, but the worst thing is not knowing, honestly. Prongs, excited to continue beta testing. Prongs has like some of the most bugs recorded. I don't think we have a leaderboard, but prongs would be on it. A doggo stream. Oh, that's a fun idea for a stream. Oh, I was pet sitting
We're doing it right
for my
now, Michael.
sister-in-law. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, you can't see unless you're looking at Twitch.
I'm watching the stream. So effing cute. I was dog sitting for 2 weeks, and it was the best. Tofu was the best freaking dog.
He's so cute.
I can literally show you on my. It's taken over my life. It's my new home screen. Is this puppy?
Oh my god.
So cute. So cute.
Okay, now Beignet decided that this dog's name is Beignet. Has decided to retreat to the back of the chair. He's done. Doggy lumbar.
Plaskar, there is in fact a bulldog to find and pet in the game, and hopefully more one day. A lot more that we want to add. A lot of expansions we want to add to the systems. Will the pet bulldog animation get better? We're still working on it. It's a simple generic pet right now for all of the pet sort of animations. You can actually play it off the emote wheel, so you can position it how you like. You just press U, and you can get a little emote to pet. Otters would be so cute. Oh my god, we should have an otter companion. That'd be so dope.
We have a lot of ideas for new spirit companions.
There's so many ideas for new spirit companions. But there's a lot more we want to do with spirit companions. There's a lot more we want to do with boats. So one day we'll be sharing more about that. These are also things that are in the same sort of contention window of like, what do we work on next? So more info about that coming. Yeah. Everyone just freaking loves otters. I have a soft spot for otters in particular because of reading so much Redwall growing up. Guys, we gotta call it there.
Gotta get back to the grind.
We got a lot more bugs to fix. We got a lot more issues to spot. Thank you guys so much for your support. Thank you guys for tuning in. It means so much to us. We're really excited. I mean, like for us, a lot of it is just like the work and the nerves and bug fixing and stuff. But this is the part which has always been sort of the preview of like seeing real people reacting to the game, and it means a lot to us because like that's what we want at the end of the day is for people to love the game and to enjoy what we make. So thank you guys so much for the support. And we're going to be messaging out to you guys a lot, recapping some of these things in written form, and talking about those contests and those giveaways and those reviews and all of the Twitch drops and all those things. So please look out for those in our Discord. And it won't be too long before we get to the next one of these streams. Chiri, we probably want to do another one before we're live, perhaps.
Me and Chiri have plans.
Reminders.
Don't you worry.
Thank you. Yes, there I am. There's too much of me on the internet at this point. Just Sarah Vera, thank you for the sub. Thank you so much. And Bisec, thank you for the bits. Oh my god.
Yeah, wow.
Thank you for the doggo. This is the real scheme. This is why. Okay. Pet stream coming soon.
True.
Okay. Thank you guys so much. We will talk to you so soon. Thank you, system. I don't know about that, but thank you.
Oh my god. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you next time. Probably see you next week.
Yeah, talk to you soon.
Bye-bye. Thanks, everybody.
Bye-bye.